the biggest part of getting these right is writing the equation correctly. Because if you don't write the equation correctly, then there's no way that you can get it right. Okay? Some of you guys are doing pretty well with solving equations. Some of you still need some work, as we saw on that quiz. Okay? So, Monday, the plan for next week is we're going to be working on some word problems, some different types of word problems, pretty much all next week. I was hoping to test Thursday next week, but since I've had to be out and we've gotten a little bit behind, it's probably going to be not next week, but the next Tuesday when we're going to test. So we will review it Monday and then test Tuesday 2 weeks from now. So we are, it is going to be really important over this next week. If you are still struggling solving equations, you need to make sure that you are working on this, coming in for extra help. I should be here Monday. So Monday, I will have Smart Breakfast. Come in for help if you need it. I should be here Wednesday. I'll let you guys know if we have a meeting or not on Wednesday. They had a faculty meeting last week, so I'm hoping there'll be no meeting this week. If there is not a meeting, I'll do Smart Breakfast Wednesday also, but I'm not sure. There may be another meeting that they have us do. So those are both good chances to come in and ask questions. Thursday, unfortunately, I will not be here, so I can't have Smart Breakfast like I normally do on Thursday. Monday and Wednesday, you could also stay after school a little bit if you need some extra help. But we need to get this. If you are doing really poorly on those quizzes, 50 or below especially, then we need to make sure we get that worked out. Or whenever it comes to test time, it's probably not going to be good. So this will also work on our solving equations as we're doing these. So when 4 times a number. So what you have to do here, whenever you see a number, is you're just going to use a variable for that. It could be any letter that you want to use, but a lot of times in algebra, we really like the X, right? So I'm going to use an X. You can use a different letter if you want. So we've got 4 times. What's times tell us to do? Multiply. So 4 times X. And when I'm multiplying to a letter and a number, I can just write them next to each other. I don't have to put a symbol in between them. So 4 times a number is increased by. What's that tell us to do? Is increased by. That tells us to add 40. So 4x plus 40 is what we're getting here. So when 4 times a number is increased by, the answer is, what's that tell us to write? Equals. The same as when 100 is decreased by. What's decreased by tell us to do? Subtract. So 100 minus the number. What do I put when I see the number? X. Okay, then it says find the number, so that just means solve this equation. Okay, so when you read this, I know they seem sort of overwhelming when you read the whole thing, but just take it one step at a time and write down that equation. So we are going to solve this equation. To solve this, let's see, Marley, what would I do first to solve this? You can, but you're just going to be a better equation solver if you move your variables first.
So that means like plus 1.
Yeah, so let's try moving variables first whenever we have this. So instead of moving the 40, let's work on either the 4x or the minus x. Which one would you like to move?
X.
That x is going to be easier because since it's a minus x, you're going to have to add x, which will give you positive numbers, so that'll be better. But you could subtract 4x if you want. So 4x plus x is like a 1x. That's going to give you 5x plus 40 equals 100. Okay. Now what would we do? Yes, now we would subtract that 40. Technically it could have been done first. It's just going to be better if we don't. So we got 5x equals 60. And what's the last thing we'll do, Marley? Yes. So we'll divide by 5 here. And so x equals 12. So our number is 12 here. Alright, try setting up that second equation on your own. So read that second one and try setting that up on your own. You can go ahead and solve it too if you want. And go ahead and shut your computer so you will not need them for the rest of this class. Hold on just a second. Give everybody a second to think. I'm impressed with your speed, but I'll let you do this one later. But hold on. All right, Wade, what do you think? I don't want to know what the answer is. I want to know how to set this up.
Well, you gotta do 7x minus 8 equals 3x.
Okay, hold on just a second. 7x
Minus 8
minus 8
equals 3x.
3x plus 4. So let's read through and make sure this makes sense. 7 times a number, that's our 7x, decreased by, that's our minus, 8, there we go. The answer is equal sign. 3 times the number, 3x, is increased by, plus sign, 4 is our last number there. Okay? Alright. Okay, Julian? Put your mask up and then tell me what to do here. Good? Alright. Okay? So which one do you want to move that? 7x or the 3x? Very good. We'll have to subtract that 3x. What's that going to give us? Good. We just copy everything else we did not use down. All right, what will we do after that, Julian?
And then you'll do the plus 8.
Mm-hmm. We're going to add that 8 right here, which just cancels out. We also add the 8 over here, so that's going to give us 4x equals 12. Last step, Julian.
5.
And it is 3. Okay. Alright, questions? These equations are a little bit easier to solve because they don't have as many parts. Let's see. Alright, let's scroll down here. Okay, number 3, 8 times a number increased by 9 is the same as 15 more than 7 times the number. So, 8 times a number, that's 8x increased by 9 plus 9 is the same as equals. Now, right here where I have 15 more than, it's add, but we want to switch the order. Okay? Now, if it's more than, it doesn't matter that much. You can actually get the right answer if you do 15 plus 7x. It's less than that's really going to give us trouble. But it's a good habit. When you see that word, than, think of that as something telling you to switch that order. So instead of doing 15 plus 7x, let's do 7x plus 15. Now the catch on this one is it's going to work either way, because if I do 2 plus 3 or 3 plus 2, does it matter?
No.
They're the same. But if I do 3 minus 2 versus 2 minus 3, does that matter? Yes. So Less than is where it's really going to get us, and it's a good idea just to go ahead and think of it this way. All right, so let's see. Caroline, tell me what I need to do to solve this equation. We are not going to divide yet, so we want to move the whole thing over to the other side. So we want this whole 7x to go over here. So if you're moving an entire term, the x is coming with it, you're going to just add or subtract it. So this is positive, so it's going to be subtract. So we're going to subtract the 7x. It's pretty much, it's usually that last step whenever we have to divide. So this is going to give me 1x, or I could just write it as x. And then I don't have to worry about dividing it. Okay? What do I do next, Caroline? Good. We're going to subtract 9 on both sides. So x is going to be 6.
Oh, my.
Okay? Let's look at number 4. 30 decreased by 6 times the number is the same as 16 more than the number. Find the number here. So,
30
is the same as is it equals.
X number plus 16.
So technically, again here, we got that more than. So it's a good idea to switch the order. So I'm going to do x plus 16.
Yeah.
If you do 16 plus x with more thans, it's okay. It's fine. But if it's a less than, is it okay? No, not okay if it's less than. So Zane, tell me how to solve this one. What would you do? Okay, we're going to subtract that 1x. Okay, so I'll just have my 30 here. What's that going to give me when I do negative 6x minus 1x? What? Not negative 5.
Just positive 5.
No,
Oh,
negative 7x. They're both negative. You owe me $6. You borrow $1 more. So now you owe me $7.
Oh, they were negative?
Yeah, so whenever you're looking at that 6x, you are thinking of that that minus is like a negative that goes with that 6x. And then you got a negative 1x. So it's going to give you negative 7x. Alright, and that equals 16. Alright, tell me what to do next, Zane. Perfect. Because we're trying to get rid of everything over there with the x, right? So everything on that left-hand side. So we subtract 30. So that's going to give me negative 7x equals, what will I get when I do 16 minus 30?
Isn't it negative 26?
It's going to be negative, but it's not 26. 14. Yeah. And last step, Zane. Okay, what are we doing to get to? Okay, so, or we could think of it like we're dividing both sides by negative 7. So x equals 2. Okay, questions? All right. Let's see. Ayla and Caroline, put those computers up for me, please. We don't need those. All right. Okay. Let's see. Allison, help me with the next one. We got When 6 times a number is increased by 11, the result is 16 less than 9 times the number. So 6 times the number is 6x plus 11, increased by 11, equals, and then tell me that other part again. Very good on that side. Why is the 16 not first? Less than, which tells me I gotta switch what's happening here. Right? Very good. So you have to on this. If you have 16 minus 9x, that's wrong. Because with less than, it matters what order. After next. Okay. All right. So, let's see. Katie, what will we do to solve this one? Subtract 6x. Okay. And that's going to give us a 3x. What would we do next? Okay, here's the problem with subtracting 11. We're trying to get x by itself. Is 11 over here with the 16? No. So we're trying to get stuff away from the x. So we're only going to deal with the stuff over here on that right-hand side. Some of you guys are doing that and losing your equal sign. So once you get everything combined, you want to get stuff away from the x. So we will add that 16. So that's going to give us 27 equals 3x. And what's the last thing we'll do? Very good. So we divide and we get 9. You just test it, make sure. Alright. Last one. Okay. 13 is added to a number. And the sum. Alright, so this is saying the sum, that's this stuff before. This was the sum. I'm going to put some parentheses around it. Is multiplied by 3. Sounds a little tricky. Alright. 13 is added to a number, and the sum, so it's saying that, the 13 plus the number, is multiplied by 3. The result is, what does that tell me to write? Equals 7 times the number, 7x, decreased by 9, so minus 9. Okay? Passion, what will we do first on this one? Good? It's 39. Good. What do we do after that? We got to move the 3 or the 7. Which one do you want to get rid of? Okay, I would too. So I'm going to subtract that 3x there. And so it'll cancel here. I'll have to write over here. I got 39 equals 7 minus 3 is going to give us 4x minus 9 there. Okay, keep going. What will we do next, Passion? It's a minus 9, so we got to add that 9. So that's going to give us 48. No, not 8. We're going to divide. You're right about that. 12.
Yeah.
Okay. Questions? Go ahead. Okay, yes. All right. I was going to give it to you.